Great day, welcome. This is your youbfit short for today. Today's youbfit short is time for work, time for play. You gotta have some time for play. You can't work. But the whole thing is that we're all basically the same boat. In order for us to prove or even get a little better in understanding life, we have to have that balance of work, of play, and we gotta have some leisure time. Because if you don't take the time to enjoy your life, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna lose creativity. You're going to lose curiosity. You're going to lose a sense of humor. You're probably going to lose spontaneity. And you're definitely going to lose a sense of pleasure. So you got to slow down a little bit. Sometimes you just have to slow down to speed up. I usually think about that because why I would say slow down to speed up, because there are times when you just need to slow your butt down. You know, all of us are so busy trying to make that money that we forget the most important reason why we're doing it. Isn't it for our family? Aren't you supposed to be taking care of your health? Aren't you supposed to be having a better quality of life in order to enjoy your money you're making? If you're not around and you're making all this money, I think you've got your priorities backwards. So why don't you think about this? If you have a main focus that's working, and you're saying, I want to make all this money, you need to find time to have the balance. Because guess what's going to happen? If you don't, you're going to be burnt out. Your performance will probably drop, and many other things are going to be affected. You're probably going to be stressed out. You're probably going to be frustrated, and you're not just going to beat yourself up. You're probably going to take it out on everyone else, which would mean your family members is probably the people that you love. You end up taking out your frustrations on them. And they had nothing to do with it. They see you come home all grumpy like, what's your problem? Well, they know what your problem is. You're just stressed out. And that ain't cool. So my motto is, happy wives, a happy life. Let me say that again. And my wife will like that one. A happy wife is a happy life. You need to find a balance. You need to figure out the difference between play and work. There has to be you have to have a cut. Nobody said it's going to be easy. I'm definitely telling you that because I'm busy too. But it is required. You have to do it. You have to figure it out. Everybody's is going to be different. So having that balance of work and play and leisure is going to give you a little bit of adjustment so you can be able to enjoy what's most important. But it's got to be easy for you. Some of the things you're going to have to think about is you got to know your values. What are you doing it for? You're going to have to identify your priorities. What is important? You're going to probably have to reduce some of the unnecessary things that you're doing that you think are necessary. You're going to have to set some goals. You're going to have to make a plan. Down the road, you're going to have to revisit those priorities, and you might have to make some adjustments again. Goals are not always the same. They have to be adjusted accordingly. Situation changes. Right? Think about that for a minute. You know what? In the country we live in now, you normally going to have to work. You got to work for a living. You need to make that money. But you also got to find time to play. You got to have some leisure time. You got to find out what's important. You got to spend time with your family. You got to be able to take a breather every once in a while. Because that breather is going to give you an opportunity to, guess what? Probably discover some things that you haven't done in a while. Probably be able to look at yourself so you can grow. You're also going to have to find out what satisfies you so you feel fulfilled. Because it's probably not at work. Trust me. It's not going to be at work. Work is not fulfilling you. You got to find out what it is that's fulfilling you. So sometimes you're stuck in jobs that are probably tedious and probably just plain boring. And if you had a choice, you'd probably be out. You'd say, look, I want something new. Everybody wants some change. If you've been in a job for a long period of time, it gets boring, it gets routine, and you want to make some adjustments. So there's going to be times you just need to take off so you can indulge what interests you have. Because you probably haven't used it in so long. You're probably so busy doing the busy things that you're forgetting about what makes you a better person. So focus back on some of the interests that you haven't had an opportunity to take advantage of. You can take some time. What I'm going to call it, I'll call it the 3 R's. the 3 R's that I enjoy to use would be relaxation, recreation, and rest. Those are acronyms that you could use. You can adjust it any way you want to, but those 3 you need to take advantage of. You got to slow down to speed up. So they're going to help you stay positive. It's going to give you a better attitude at life. You're probably going to be able to develop a balanced perspective. You're probably going to be able to look at different situations a brand new way, because you're getting a restart. You're refreshing yourself. You're getting away from the monotony, and you're enjoying what really is mattering most, which is probably your family and quality time. So the first thing that I would say you would have to do is start by prioritizing some of the tasks that you already have. We often end up doing a lot of work, but the work might be urgent, but it may not be important. So now you're going to have to basically keep focus on what's important. Do the important stuff first. Once you have those out of the way, then guess what? Now you can decide on what you deserve, what deserves your attention. That's probably the easiest way. What is it you're going to do next? You did your priority. What's next? What's the most important thing that deserves your attention? You can also focus on a couple of additional things. You can plan ahead. If you plan ahead, the best plans are going to be written down on a piece of paper. And then the best method that you'll be able to use first is to make a list of all the things you can do and then put them in some kind of category. I like to use ABC. You make an ABC list, and then based on those different importance of the A, B, and C's, A being first, B's and C's, once you go through that task and start listing the ones that are most important, you do those first. Cut them off the list and then go to the next one. It gives you this great feeling. I don't know about you, but when I finish a task that I was supposed to do and it's completed, it's like this adrenaline dump that just gives you this great satisfaction that, hey, I did something good for today. Here's a hard one for some of y'all. Not me. Sometimes you just got to learn to say no. You got to be realistic with yourself. You can't do everything. So you got to focus on what's important, and you got to be able to say no sometimes. You can't do it all. Yeah, you would like to do it all, but you got to work on what's important and then take that on. The next thing is you got to exercise. You got to know that without a shadow of a doubt, it's a well-known fact that if you want to have an active body, it produces endorphins, which is going to keep you healthy. It's going to keep you happy. So even if you do a half hour spent in the gym, it's going to keep your thoughts off of work, and you're going to be able to provide some other understanding and relax. And you can focus on some other things regarding your health. You got to be around if you have all this money. You don't want your family to spend it. They're not going to want to spend it either. They want you around. So make sure you get some exercise and make sure you get some activities in. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to have to take up some long neglected hobbies that you probably enjoy because you've been so busy trying to make that money, you probably forgot about them and they all sat back in the corner somewhere. So break those hobbies out again and relax. I love to fish and I probably don't do enough of it, but I want to make it back into my main agenda. You also want to aim for some experiences and something's new every day. Every day doing something new. You're going to do, even if it's a little simple task, like, I don't know, like looking at the sunset, like meeting a new friend, maybe taking a walk at the park, doing something that you're going to be able to discover yourself. Take some time for yourself so you can really see your inner self. We're so busy. We got to slow down to speed up. Now, I know, look, everybody's busy. You're chasing the money. I know you're going to probably forget what really matters, but you have to relax. If you don't relax, where's the fun? I mean, the most important part of you doing all this is to make it a permanent part of your life. And that way, at least, if you make it a permanent part of your life, you'll realize, hey, my life is really worth it. I really understand what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying it every minute. So you don't have to do everything, but you have to do the most important things. And lastly, you have to make sure you don't forget about the most important reason why you're doing all this is for your family members. Because if you don't, they're going to be mad at you, baby. I know if I'm hustling, bustling, I'm moving out, my wife, my kids are looking at me like, how about some time? So you don't want to be in that position. You want to beat that before you get there. But those people that are busy like myself and always trying to do something all the time, you have to slow down. And if you don't slow down, your family members are probably going to tell you it's time to slow down. Well, I hope you got a lot out of that. Remember, you just got to slow down to speed up. You have to. That's the only way you're going to enjoy what matters most. So I hope you enjoyed it. Send me some feedback if you did. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope, and most of all, enjoy the rest of the day and you be fit.